Now, yesterday we talked about permutation and combinations, and we said that in this lesson we are going to talk about the methods of counting methods. How, if I ask you now, in how many different way you can find how many choices you can choose as an example to wear something at that day. So if I'm asking you about the counting or how many different things you have to find, how many ways for two choices. So if I give you two things that they are different, shorts and shoes as an example, or books and magazines. And I ask you now, if you have 3 books with 6 magazines, in how many ways you can choose one magazine with one book? You have to use the counting method that you have multiplied 3 times 6 to get 80. So if I give you two choices that they are different, and I'm asking you how many counting methods, or in how many different way you have to use the counting or the multiplication counting principle. This is for it. Now, for the permutation, or before that, for the permutation, a way that I used, if I ask you now for the arrangement of objects, in how many, or how can you arrange the, as an example, 6 box, you want to read all of them. Now, look at me. I asked you about books only, not the first example like books and magazines. Books and magazines, you have to use the counting method, 3 times 6. But for only books, only I tell you about the books, and you have only 6 books. And you have only 6 books, and I ask you to read all of them, you use 6 factorial, and then you will tell me they are 72, which is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. Now, sometimes I asked you, like, you have 6 books and you want to read 2 of them with order. So when I tell you now, you have only 6 books and you want to read 2 of them, so you have to use, say, permutation of 2 books that they are chosen from 6. The formula is 6 factorial over 6 minus 2 factorial, which is 6 factorial over 4 factorial, which is means 6 times 5, which is 30. So that means you have 30 ways to choose 2 books from 6. Now, one of you asked me, teacher, what is the mean of 30? What is this 30? This 30 means that, like, you have 6 books. One is science, math, Arabic, English, French, and Islamic. These are the 6 books you have. Now you want to read 2 of them. What are the 30? 30 mean science and math. This is 1. Science and Arabic. This is 2. Science and English. This is 3. Science and French. This is 4. Science and Islamic. This is 5. So now I tell you 5 choices, and so on. Math and Arabic, math and English, math and French. So only if I ask you now, what are the choices that if you want to choose 2 from this 6 box, you tell me that I have 30 choices or 30 arranged way. These are the mean of permutation. Is it clear now? What's the difference between them?
Yes.
So if I will repeat, if I give you 2 things, such as, let's choose like an example, such as letters letters. Oh, Alena. Letters and numbers. And if I tell you that you have 7 letters with two numbers, and I ask you now in how many different ways you have to choose one letter. So the question is, how many different way choose one letter with one number? What you have to do, you multiply 7 times 2 to get a 40. If I give you 2 choices, I mean that you have to use the counting principle method. Now, if I tell you now, you have 6 letters only. Okay, and tell me now in how many ways you can use the whole of the 6 letters. And you have to choose all the 6 letters. So you have to use only 6 factorial. But when I ask you now in how many arranged way you can use 3 letters arranged or in order, these are the letters, 3 letters from the 6 letters. What you have to do, permutation of 3 from 6. These are now the difference between them. Now, let's now solve this example here. Before that, let's remember that, as I told you before, the permutation notation, in order to find it, we have to say the permutation of R from N, that is N factorial over N minus R factorial. Now I will solve these examples with you now with my with you and with the calculator. Now in number 15 here, permutation of 8 from 4. How did you solve it? You have to say it is 8 factorial over what? Who can help me?
8 minus 4.
Okay.
I mean 4 minus 2.
Is it right?
Minus 4.
Minus the maximum minus the minimum. So it will be 8 factorial over 4 factorial. Then, as you can solve it by calculator or by there. Now, shall I repeat how do you solve it by calculator? Or you get it?
Miss, can you repeat because I forgot?
Yeah.
Here, in order to solve it by permutation, you have to say shift, multiply. Sorry, shift,
So the
multiply.
calculator is not appearing.
Yeah. So, just a minute, please. Now,
Yes, now it's
Yes.
appearing.
okay.
Miss, now.
You have to say shift.
Yes.
Wait a minute, please. Shift with P. Okay, shift with P. Then I want to find 8 or 4 ways from 8. So you have to write like this. Now, after you write P, you have to go to the left. Write number 8, go to the right, write number 4. Equal 1680. This is one way. The second way that you have to write the formula as 8 factorial over 4 factorial. So you have to use this button here. Then 8 factorial, as I told you before, over 4 factorial. If you did it like this, you will get the same answer 1680.
What is a factorial?
How did you get it from the calculator?
Yes.
Shift with this button. Wait a minute. Tell you this button here. Shift, then this button,
Okay, thank
which
you.
is x raised to the power -1.
Okay.
Press that, shift with it, you will get the factorial. Okay, got it now? Yeah, let's now back to our slides here. So here now, what did you have? You have number 15, you have the 8 from 4. So we have to say it is 8 factorial over 8 minus 4 factorial. 8 factorial over 4 factorial, which is 1680. Now, I want you now to solve number 16. Permutation of 9 from 3. It is 9 factorial over 9 minus 3 factorial. I mean, it's 9 factorial over 6 factorial. Can you do it now on your calculator and tell me the final answer?
504, miss.
504, exactly.
Teacher,
Yes, Yara.
if I want to make it in the calculator of the phone.
On the phone. I don't know.
Teacher, I'm making
Busy.
it on the phone. Miss, I'm making it now on the phone.
By using permutation?
No, I'm using the second way.
And
The
Yara,
sorry,
can you please download the calculator that I sent yesterday in your laptop?
Okay.
Okay, let your father or mother to download it, use the link to download the calculator so you can use it in exam.
Okay.
Teacher, I tried to download it, but maybe there's I need to like download an application to open it for me.
No, see, I think it was working with me. But let your father or anyone help you.
Okay, miss. But until now, I'm using the phone. I'm getting the answers.
Okay. Now number 20. And number 20 here, you have to find the permutation of 5 from 5. 5 box from 5 box. So how many way you have? 5 factorial over what?
5 minus 5.
Which is 0. 5 factorial is 60. And 0 factorial is 1. So you have 60 ways. So permutation of 5 from 5, it's mean 5 factorial. It is the same as 5 factorial. The last one now, 21. Permutation of 1 from 6. 6 factorial over what?
6 minus 1.
6 minus 1 factorial, which is mean the answer will be 6. So here, if you have permutation of any number from the same number, like 4 from 4, 3 from 3, 2 from 2, it will be the same number factorial. As we did here, 5 from 5, it will be 5 factorial. Permutation of 4 from 4, it will be 4 factorial. And if you have it like permutation of 1, it must be 1 from x. 1 from x, it will be equal x. Such as permutation of 7 from 1, it will be 7. 7 only, not 7 factorial. Permutation of 8, 1 from 8, it will be 8. But permutation of 8 from 8, it will be 8 factorial. But 1 from 8, the answer will be 8. This is here a general formula. Just an extra information, or you can find the answer from your calculator. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Okay. Now, in this problem here, you have to see, now you want to guess, what did I use? Shall I use permutation or shall I use combination? Now, by now, we don't know what's the combination, but here you have a word problem and you want to ask yourself now, shall I use permutation or combination? Where you have to put number 5 and where you have to put number 7. Now, let me here. A band has 7 new songs and want to put 5 of them on a demo CD. Until now, they don't ask me about 2 different things. They ask me songs and you want to talk some of them. So that's mean I have to use the permutation or the combination. I will not ask you the factorial only or the counting method. Now, so from this word here, that means I have to use permutation or combination. Now, how many arrangements? They asked me about arrangements. This word helped me that I'm talking about permutation. So now after I analyze the word problem, I will write permutation of. Here we have, what are the 2 numbers we have? We have 7 songs and I want to choose 5 from them. The greatest number, you will put it first, and the minimum number, you will put it at the last. Like 5 from 7. Then, after you wrote this, you have to use the formula. 7 factorial over 7
Factorial.
minus 5 factorial, which is 7 factorial over 2 factorial.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher, when this permutation 7 and 5, they mean I want to choose 5 songs from this 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss,
Yes, Huda.
I didn't understand when we will put the CD and the B.
B and what?
CD and the B.
هلا there's
When we will
permutation and combination. هلا for the permutation, until now we talk about permutation only. Which I asked you about how many arrangements. I asked you about arranged things or things that they are ordered. They are put it in order. So if you see how many ways that are put in order or in how many arrangements, you have to use the permutation. Got it?
Oh, yeah, got it.
Permutation, that's I want to reorder or to arrange things in order, to put them in order. Without order, combination. When I start to tell you, or when I start talking about it, I will let you distinguish between them.
Okay, Miss.
Okay. Now for this problem here, is it clear?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, miss.
Let's see now another example here. This is number 26. A student council has 24 members. The council has selecting a 3-person committee to plan a car wash. So here we have a student with 24 members. So how many students we have now?
Teacher, 24.
24 students, exactly. Then you want to select a 3-person to plan a car wash. So how many person you want to select now? 3. Now, so by now I get that I'm talking about 24 person of 24 students. I want to select 3 of them. So that's mean I'm talking about permutation or combination. I will not use the counting method. Now, I want to decide now, shall I use permutation or combination? Let's see. Each person on the community will have one task. One person will find a location. Another person will organize publicity. And the third person will schedule volunteers. In how many different ways the 3 students to be chosen and given a task? Now, for the permutation, you have, in order to know that you are talking about permutation, they ask you about things that they are arranged. How many arrangements, as an example, or in how many different order ways. If you see word order, that's mean it is permutation. And if you have a specific job for each body, as an example, the first one, I choose 3, and the first one, find the location. The second one, schedule the volunteer. The third one, make different things. So I make a specific job for each body. So that's me, or for everyone. So if I give a specific job, that's mean I have to use the permutation. And as an example, I'm coming to your class, and I want to choose 4 girls from 15 in your class. Now, I tell you that the first one, I want her to help me with math projects. The second one, I want her to help me with science project. The third one with Arabic, and the fourth one with English, as an example. So when I give a specific job for you, that means I have to use the permutation. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
teacher.
Okay. So here you have to use the permutation of 24 or 3 students from 24. Then what you have to do? What's the formula?
24.
The counting method.
Counting methods how?
Miss, I mean, teacher, there are 3 ways to solve the word problem, either by permutation or discounting method or the combination.
Why you
Correct?
have to use the
Or
counting? Counting methods. If I tell you like 24 students with 10 teachers, student to teachers, two different things. You have to use the counting method. But here, 3 students from the 24. So permutation or combination. Without order, combination. With order, permutation. Is it clear?
yes, miss.
So then here, you have to say 24 over what? 24 minus 3. So which they are? 24 factorial over 21 factorial. Now who can find the answer?
Teacher, can I wait?
Yeah, okay.
Miss 12,144.
Teacher, 12,144.
Who else solved it?
Teacher, me and Farah.
Yes.
Right. So it's 12,144. Now, let's talk about now the combination. Combination, that means is a selection of objects without order. Yani, I will not tell you, wallahi, I want the first girl to be a math, or to be a math leader, and the second one to be science. I will not give you a specific job. Or I will not ask you, I want to arrange the box in order. I want to choose any box without order. Like you have to use 2 sides dishes from a list of 5 without order. The order or just to order the dishes doesn't matter. So if the order doesn't matter, or if there's no order, or if there's no specific job, you have to use the combination. So if there's an order, you have to use a permutation. If there's no order, you have to use the combination. Now, what is the combination formula? C is mean combination. As an example, 3 dishes from 5. So its formula is n factorial over, like in permutation, we said permutation of 3 from 5, we said 5 factorial over 5 minus 3 factorial. Here, you have to do the same, but 5 factorial over 5 minus 3 factorial, like the permutation, but you have to add a new thing, which the 3 factorial. So here, you have to multiply 3 factorial with 5 minus 3. This is in order to find the combinations. Is it clear? This is the formula. N factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. So you have to add r factorial to the formula of the permutation. Permutation with order. Combination without order. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Let's have, before that, let's solve this question here. Yeah. Now on the calculator, you have to do the same, but now you have to use, just a minute, please. Did you see this calculator now?
No, teacher.
No, miss.
No,
Tell.
teacher.
Just a minute, please. Okay. Now,
Yes, miss.
okay.
Yes, teacher.
Now, in order to
No.
find the combination, what you have to do? Shift with divide now. Shift with divide. You have letter C. Letter C is mean combination. Now, combination of 6 from 6 as an example equal 1. This is a way how to find the combination. Now I want you to try and calculate how to find the permutation of 4 from 5. As I told you.
Miss, permutation or combination, you mean?
A combination.
Okay. Teacher, what are the numbers again?
4 from 5.
4. Okay. Teacher, I got 5.
Let's see. Combination.
Yes, teacher, I got 5.
Teacher, me too, I got 5.
5, 4,
Me
5. 5. Yes. Yeah. Now let's come back to solve it now by the formula. Now here. So combination of 6 from 6. The formula is 6 factorial over 6 minus 6, as we did on the permutation. But what you have to add here, times what? 6 factorial. Which the answer will be 1. Now, combination of 4 from 5. 5 factorial over 5 minus 4 factorial times what?
Times
4 factorial. Bravo. Times 4 factorial. And the answer will be 5. This is here how to use the formula. Now, let's go now to that mean here. You have a word problem and you want to guess now, shall I use permutation or combination? 20 people report for jury duty. Okay, 20. How many different 12 persons can be chosen? Here now, they didn't tell me in how many arrangements, or they didn't tell me that you have a specific job for each body. They tell me that I want to choose 12 persons from 20.
It's
So here
combination.
we have combination. Now I want you to find combination of 12 from 20. Find the answer. I'm waiting here. So what the answer you get now?
Teacher, I'm solving it.
Yeah. Combination of 12 from 20.
Teacher, I got 1, 2, 5, 9, 7, 0.
Thank you. Excellent.
Me too, teacher.
Thank you, Jen. So here, the answer is 20 factorial over 20 minus 12 factorial times 12 factorial. And the answer, as we said, 1, 2, 5, 9, 7, 0. So which is C. Now,
Teacher, I
here.
got to B. Not teacher, I got 204, like a large, very large number.
Maybe you solved
Teacher,
by
yes, maybe I made the
by
wrong.
permutation. You forget this one.
Yes, maybe.
This is a permutation of 12 from 20. Now here, in how many different ways you can choose 3 types of flowers for a bouquet from a selection of 15. Now look at me here. Here, what did you have? You have 15 flowers and you want to choose 3 of them or 3 types from them. Okay? Now, did I give you here a letter like how many order or how many arrangement? Or did I give for each flower a specific job? Or I tell you I want any 3 flowers from the 15?
Yes, like this.
Any 3 flowers. Is it right?
Yes.
So you have to use the
Yes.
combination. Combination of 3 from 15. Which is 15 factorial over 15 minus 3 factorial times 3 factorial. Let's find the answer by calculator now to find the answer here. What the answer will be?
455.
Bravo. 455 way to choose 3 types of flowers from 15.
Teacher, can you not? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I finished, Miss.
Yeah. Now let's go to the last part. Here, this question, I want you now to determine if the question is permutation or combination. The first one, number 53. Now, a locker contains 8 boxes. You have 8 boxes, and you want to select 3 boxes at random, yani without order. What do you have to use, permutation or combination?
Combination.
Bravo, combination. Because they tell me how many different set of boxes can you select. Now, number 54. You take 4 books out of the school library to read during a spring vacation. In how many different orders can you read the 4 books? What do you have to use?
Combination. No, permutation because
Permutation.
different order.
They tell me about orders, not like at random or without order. So that means it is 50 permutation.
Teacher, sorry, I got confused between the permutation and the counting method again. So, Miss, the permutation, different orders, and the counting method, like 2 different things, not part of.
Yes, exactly. Like box and magazine. Box and magazines. So counting method. But here, you want to select 3 boxes from the 8, combination or permutation.
Mm.
Yani you have to talk about the same type of things. Yani I mean, you have to choose 3 boxes from 8. So this is permutation or combination. But you have to choose like box and a laptop as an example. So box and laptop, they are different. So you have to use the counting method.
Okay, Miss.
يعني مثلا as an example, I have 6 laptops with 4 boxes. In how many ways you have to choose 1 box with 1 laptop?
Counting method.
So 6 laptops with 4 boxes. How many?
24.
24, exactly. But if I tell you like, I have 6 laptops, I want to choose 4 of them with order. What do you have to choose to say?
Permutation.
Permutation. Or 4 laptops from 6 without order,